Welcome to CBFU from the shop for the week of August 24th. August 24th. Remember Frey?
No.
I don't know. He's gone the way of Jared.
Before Frey too.
Yes, Jared. Jared, they're both gone. I don't know if they're alive or dead, but
we can't
wish
prove
them the
anything
best. We wish them the best. Anyways,
but no, we got books.
Doesn't matter whether they're alive or dead. We're still here.
Yeah.
So you want to start it off?
I will. Because these are good books and they deserve to be reviewed, even if Frey's not here.
Yeah, even if Frey doesn't care.
Yeah. And he wants to hear just like radio. He's doing radio or something.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but whatever. Okay, our first book of the week is Deathstroke #1. This is by Christopher Priest with art by Carlos Pagulayan? Pagulayan.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say that. And it's always nice when there's a book that like you don't expect much from, and it's like a really nice surprise. This I didn't really expect much from a Deathstroke book, but this is a really nice surprise.
Yeah.
Christopher Priest had long runs on Quantum and Woody for Valiant or whatever it was when they were doing Quantum and Woody at Claim, and he had a long run on Black Panther. And this is a really good book.
Yeah.
It's probably the best Deathstroke book I've read probably ever. I don't know. He uses some of the same tricks like the title cards he used to use in Quantum and Woody. And there's some like moments of comedy, but there's also a very like action-packed, serious story too. And I really enjoyed it. What'd you think?
It's one of the better books from Rebirth, I think. I never really enjoyed Deathstroke's solo book. I never really cared for it. This book does a good job of not just making him an anti-hero, kind of doesn't like soften him too much, but it does make him more than just a villain, which is good. Christopher Priest is really good at combining action, fun, a little bit of comedy, but just it's fun. It's more fun than comedy, I think, for this book. And it's just a good story. I was a little confused by the ending, but
me too. I'm not really sure what they were hinting at the ending. I'm sure it's a mystery that'll be delved into further as the book goes on.
Yeah.
But also the other characters in the book besides Deathstroke, like Wintergreen, Deathstroke's sons and his apparently wife or ex-wife, they're all like fully rounded characters that are really interesting too.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed reading it.
No, I did too. Really good stuff. And the art was good too.
Yeah, no,
I think the art in the
he did Hulk, I think.
This guy, yes,
Carlos,
during World War Hulk.
Yeah,
He was one of the artists that, yeah, definitely.
it's not the best art, but it's not bad.
No, it was good.
I would give it 7 out of 10 Lugos. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it.
Very good. I would give. You want to check the camera?
Yes.
Blue Beetle Rebirth. Blue Beetle Rebirth #1 by Keith Giffen, Scott Collins with art by Collins. This is a book that I didn't really have too much care about initially. I didn't have any hype for it. I never really cared for Jaime Reyes as a character beyond the Young Justice cartoon. I thought it was cool. I like the fact that they're bringing Ted Kord back as a mentor figure for him, and I think that's cool. And it feels a little bit like Nova when Sam Alexander came on, that kind of thing. But it's less of an origin story, more because he's already established. He's been established for like a little while. And it's just, it's not that new. It just feels like they're just ticking the boxes off like what they want to do, but they're not really. It's not really like a fun or engaging story. It's just kind of there.
Yeah,
they're always good though.
I don't remember the original his comic from before the New 52, but these characters were very familiar. I didn't read much of it, but like his two friends I think are the same.
Yeah.
I think the mother was a villain in the first before the New 52 and before Rebirth. So it feels just like very much been there, done that. Yeah. And also like there are 3 pages that are just completely taken from the Rebirth special.
Are they? Was that this one? Was this in the Rebirth special?
This is all this dialogue, and the next 2 pages are completely just copied from the Rebirth special with just different art.
Okay, I didn't even remember that.
Except it's not Gary Frank art; it's Scott Collins art instead. Yeah. But those are completely word for word Jeff Johns.
I didn't remember that.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything on those 2 pages.
All right.
It was okay.
It's not great. I put it on the much lower tier. I think Tony was probably looking forward to this book because I know he's a Ted Kord fan, Blue Beetle fan. But it's just not. It's not fun. It's just. I don't know. I feel like it wants to be fun, but it's just not, and it just.
Yeah.
Meh.
It's just okay. It just sort of is.
If this was a CW TV show, it would be fine. It would be a fine CW TV show. But as its own comic, I'm just kind of meh on it. I don't know. I'm just meh on it. I'd probably give it 4 out of 10 Lugos. 4 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I would give.
Rough days for Blue Beetle.
It's not the best. I was,
Okay, our next book, this is Kingsway West it's a new Dark Horse book by Greg Pak. And who's the artist? The artist is Mirko Kolak. This reminded me of sort of the old TV show Kung Fu, mixed with a little bit of East of West, and a little like gunslinger, Stephen King gunslinger kind of world. It was an interesting start. I enjoyed it. I would like to see where it goes. And that's pretty much it. It was a nice start. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think the East to West comparison is pretty good because it's like it divides the country up into different parts. There's the main parts are
Like a China area,
and
Mexico.
like a Mexico thing. They're fighting over Los Angeles because they've discovered instead of gold, which was an issue for like the gold rush, they found red gold, which gives like seems like mystical superhuman abilities and stuff like that. But it's like a kind of like an alternate history with that. And then there's like on the East Coast, there's their own another group of people who are getting involved too. I'm not going to spoil that because it feels like that's kind of a reveal at the end.
Yeah.
But I thought it was alright. I thought it's not as strong from a storytelling point of view as East of West.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not Hickman, but it's alright. I mean, the characters are good. They gloss over 5 years. There's like a 5-year jump, which I don't know. I don't feel like it earned it. You know, it just kind of happened. But I thought it was alright. It was the
Well, they skip a bunch of time.
Yeah.
13 hours later.
Yeah, 13 hours
5 years later.
It was alright. It wasn't great, but I don't think it was bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was as good as some of the other Dark Horse books we reviewed recently, like the Jeff Lemire book and the
Black
Brian Wood Briggs Land from last week. Yeah. It seems very, I don't want to say like young readers, but it's sort of like a young readers East to West kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know what
less sophisticated.
Less sophisticated East to West. And it's not bad, and it does, again, it reminds me of like Kung Fu with the guy who's looking for his wife, and his wife gets stolen, and that's his purpose. And it reminds me of that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Old Man Logan kind of thing in it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, a guy who's turned.
He
like,
promised
he's
he
not
wasn't going to do it anymore.
And the Western that was based on, Unforgivable, was it? The Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not bad. It's just it's not great.
Yeah, no, I think I liked it a little more than you did.
Yeah.
I would give it a 6 out of 10 Lugos.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Final book of the week is Civil War II, Ulysses #1 by Al Ewing, art by Carl Kessel and Hefte Palo. It's the art's not that good, especially in the moments with the Inhumans. There's like a section with Medusa, Iso, and Flint that is just kind of weird. But the rest of the art seems okay. I just don't know if he had a handle on the others because I think there's more like grotesque kind of things later in the book. I don't read the Karnak book. I read like the first issue, but I didn't read anything else, so I'm not sure if like all this stuff was established with the tower, because apparently Karnak has a new title. He's the Magister.
That was in the
Karnak
book.
And he's got a tower of learning, and he teaches people. It's like a different role than he used to play when he was on the Inhumans as just, kind of like an advisor.
Mm-hmm.
They were all just kind of there, the Inhumans.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to branch him out, flesh him out more, give him more characters. So the basic thing is Medusa brings him Ulysses to Karnak to train him, to help him. And it's like another side book through Civil War. It's like you told me, I didn't even know this was a digital comic first. I didn't know that, but it's another thing that fleshes out some of the behind the scenes stuff that you wouldn't have seen in the main Civil War II. Like you're getting this like background of Karnak training Ulysses. Ulysses dealing with his powers.
I think this takes place in between like the first and second issue, probably.
I feel like it takes place even before the first issue.
Yeah, like in between
like
the first issue.
No, like right before the.
After they find him.
After they find him, but then before he predicts that cosmic thing. And it's just like it's an interesting look at Ulysses, how his power works, how Karnak deals with him and the other Inhumans, his new role. And I like Al Ewing. I think it's a funny kind of thing. Yeah. The way he talks to them, he kind of beats one of them with just words.
This is a very Warren Ellis-y Karnak book. Yeah, I mean this is obviously Al Ewing read the Warren Ellis mini or whatever, how many issues there are, and said I'm going to do Karnak exactly like Warren Ellis. Yeah. Because some of the dialogue in this, if you didn't tell me like Warren Ellis, it was Al Ewing and not Warren Ellis, I probably wouldn't have known it was Warren Ellis.
Yeah, no, if I didn't see Al Ewing, I wouldn't have known it was him. But I mean, it's a denser book than the Karnak books. I remember the Karnak books was like very thin, very like 1, 2, 3 done. Yeah. This is much more for your money, so I think I'd recommend it for that, and I'd recommend it. Yeah, and the cover's nice by Francesco Francovalli.
Yeah, this stuff is always good.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. I didn't like it. I think my favorite book of the week was Deathstroke. Yeah, this would probably be my number 2. So I'd give this 6 out of 10 Lugos right here. Yeah, pick it up. Civil War II is cool, and like these tie-in books that they're not like overdoing the tie-in books, which is cool. And the ones that they do, the ones that they do are they're not just pointless. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, the one shots have been like pretty good, like
Yeah,
the Hulk and the Daredevil one.
because they easily could have just oversaturated the market with Civil War II books, and that would have been it. But what they're doing, they're putting out quality work instead of just quantity, which is cool. So I think that's it. We got other books this week. Come to the shop, buy your books. Mike got a bunch of games in. I saw there's a Civil War card game. I'm not a gamer, but there's a lot of new card games that I saw. There's a Serenity Firefly one, which is cool. So yeah, come buy comics, buy games, buy statues, buy everything. And we'll see you.